Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Maccabee from GMS, Colorado. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham, Rukah Kadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders and teachers of Israel, whether you can accept that or not. I also want to give a sincere shalom to all who are pushing this word with truth and sincerity to the four corners and four winds, as well as the Aquath who are out there listening and learning as well, and also the brothers who the parable of the speckled bird applies to. To you brothers, I say shalom. I just want to get, I've kind of been on the subject of genealogy lately. It's kind of something that's been on my spirit, wanting to further explain, why we say some of the things that we say and teach. First and foremost, because they're biblical fact and also historical fact. But if you follow these bloodlines, like we say, that the bloodline of the Israelites goes back to Adam, as well as all of the bloodlines on the earth. So just to kind of, we're going to prove that through scripture, and then also just give an example of who these people are, where they came from and whatnot. Okay. So we'll start here. We're in 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And it reads, "And after these, Adam also thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. And of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen." All right. So, Adam was made Lord over all creatures, obviously, and of him come we all, as the scripture reads. But then it gets a little personal with the people as whom thou hast chosen. So there's obviously a chosen people that came out of the line of Adam. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard to follow along with, right? So the chosen line, the chosen seed, Yahweh's, God's chosen people, Yahweh's chosen people, have come out of the bloodline of Adam. All right. As of all people, right? But there's a chosen line. Down to 55. "All this I have spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes." And that's Ezra speaking, who was an Israelite. Okay. And that's a personal pronoun, our sakes. All of the prophets are Israelites. Right? None of them are from the other nations that came out of Adam. Right? They're all Israelites. Okay. "As for the other people which also came out of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, as hast likened the abundance of them," okay, so all the other nations, "unto a drop that has fallen from a vessel," which basically what the Lord is saying there, or what the scripture is reading, is that Yahweh, he sees all these, as for the other people which came from Adam that are not the chosen people, and the world wasn't made for their sakes, right? Because the Bible reads that the world was made for the Israelites' sakes. All right. And that obviously they're the chosen people if you've read the Bible, so you understand. If you haven't, there you go, you learned something. "As for the other people which also came of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but like unto a drop of spittle hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that has fallen from a vessel." Basically, you wouldn't, if you had a cup or a jug, a bucket, and it's filled with water, and or even just any, filled with whatever liquid, but a drop spills over the side, are you going to be concerned about the drop that spilled over the side? Absolutely not. I mean, absolutely not. You're not going to. You're not going to turn around and scrape that drop up out of the dust or off of the side of it. You're not going to do it. The Most High is not going to do it. It's how he feels about the other nations. It's very, very simple. Okay? And now, Yahweh beheld these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, forever and ever. You've been reputed as nothing. The other heathen, okay, the nations which are not under the promise, the nations that here weren't chosen, okay, have begun to be lords over us and devour us, and which is the truth, which is what we're now dealing with, okay. But we, thy people, whom thou called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thou fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? So this was Ezra's plea, man, with the Most High, asking these questions. Why is the world given unto these heathens? All right, there's answers to all of these things, but he slack you. Let's jump over to here now, because this is First Chronicles 1:1. All right, as you can see there at the top, there's Adam. And we're gonna just get through some. The first 3 lines are the bloodline, or are the sons of Adam. Okay, it's not too crazy. That's the line that leads to Noah. Okay, we're in the 4th verse there. You see Noah, and then Shem, Ham. Okay, we're all the sons of Noah. All right, and from those sons of Noah, which it's written, all of this is written here, but of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, come your Shemites, your Hamites, and your Japhites. Okay, not the Japhites that Edom tries to slide themselves in and be, but the actual Japhites, which consist of your modern day the Hawaiian peoples, the Aboriginals, many Filipinos, the Samoans. Those were the sons of Japheth, okay, the original Greeks, as well as the sons of Ham, which are consist of Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan, which are your modern day Ethiopians, Egyptians, Northern Africa, Southern Africans, consist of them. Okay, Cush, Mizraim, Put, Canaan. Those are all your Hamites come out of his line there. They have the sons of Gomer there at Slovakia. Got turned around for a minute. But the original sons of Ham, or Slovakia, Japheth, which are written right here in that 5th verse there. Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, Tereris. These Edomites pushed them out of that land, okay, and they took on their names. All right, Gomer, Magog, Javan, Ashkenaz, Tarnish, Kittim, which are your modern day Spanish people of Cyprus for the most part. Your so-called Germans, your so-called Grecians, the so-called Russians, and the French all consist of Edomites. All right, now, but originally they were the people we spoke of, your Hawaiians, Aboriginals, the Filipinos, and Samoans. We covered Cush there, or we covered the sons of Ham, and you should read through this anyhow. I'm not gonna do all the homework, but you should read through this. It's a good read anyway, and it's what was I looking for there? 34 was kind of what I was looking for, but you should read through it, follow the bloodlines, and kind of get it for yourself. But here you get to 30. Oh, I was looking for Ishmael too. I think I passed him though. Let's see. Slovakia. What's on here? I think it's. Oh yeah, come there it is. So the sons of Shem there in 17, your Shemites. You have Elam, Ashur, Axprad. If I'm not entirely sure I pronounced that correctly. Lud, Aram, Uz, Hal, Gothar, and Meshach. All right. Those are your sons. Those were the sons of Shem. All right. Importantly, there is Aram, who becomes, there you go, in 27, it tells you that Aram is the same as Abraham. Okay? Abraham begets the sons Isaac and Ishmael, all right? Which Ishmael consists of your Arabs, and of course Isaac is the forefather to Jacob, who, of course, is the forefather of the Israelites, the chosen line. So that's where that chosen line and seed comes from. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. But here in 29, it speaks on Ishmael's sons, right? And who is Ishmael? Ishmael, like we said, is your Arabs. All right. As you can see, he had many sons. But 34, it speaks on Abraham again, and it reads, Abraham begot Isaac, the sons of Isaac, Esau, and Israel. Wow, they didn't even call him Jacob. They just wrote him in as Israel, which is what Jacob's name was changed to. And then it gets deep into the kings of Edom there, and the dukes of Edom at the end of that chapter. But I'm gonna go to Genesis real quick now. So we'll go back here to Genesis real quick. I'm gonna go to Genesis 21. Okay. So we covered kind of briefly and quickly the heathen, essentially. In that first book of Chronicles, in that first chapter, I basically explained who all those people are. Not like in total entirety, but basic outline of who those people are, and none of them belong to the house of Israel except for Abraham and Isaac, right? Other nations are the Spittle that we were just speaking about back in Esdras. Those are all the nations that are the Spittle. All those names that you saw on that page are all sons that gave birth to people who are walking around today who are considered Spittle, because you do not belong to the chosen bloodline. All right. So this is shortly after Isaac is born here. Okay. Whereof she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac. Okay. This was the moment when Isaac was born. He couldn't be the heir he couldn't share the heir with Ishmael. And why? Because Ishmael wasn't given the promise, wasn't given unto Ishmael. It was given unto Abraham and his bloodline. Okay? It was given unto him. Ishmael couldn't be the heir because his mother was not an Israelite. Or a Salakia. I said it wrong. He was of the bondwoman and not of the free woman, which is in Galatians. Let me get that. And You know, a slip of the tongue. Your father has to be an Israelite for you to be an Israelite. Okay, your mother does not matter. But in this case, you know, Haggai was an Egyptian, so she was of the line of Ham and not of the line of Shem. That's why it didn't make sense for Salakia. I'm trying to remember what I was looking for. Oh, ain't nothing but Satan. Give me a second. It'll come back to me. Oh, it's going to Galatians. All right, Salakia. I remember now. I was gonna go to, but nevertheless, Abraham put off Ishmael and Haggai because he was the son of the bondwoman, and her being an Egyptian and not an Israelite, she had to move on. Okay, he had to put her off because Isaac was the chosen seed. He was to be the bloodline that consisted of the chosen seed. Okay, and to find that, you can go to the, I like to go here to the New Testament and go to Galatians 4. Here we go. I'm going to go down here. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'll just read it because I like this part anyway. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child differing nothing from a servant, though be Lord of us all, but under tutors and governors, under time and appointed of the Father, even so we were children, Salakia, even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of time was come, Yahweh sent forth his son, Salakia, made of a woman made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law. Okay, now only the Israelites were given the law. Okay, that we might receive the adoptions of sons. But because ye are sons, Yahweh hath sent forth the Spirit of the Son into your hearts, crying, Abba, Father. Wherefore thou art no more a servant, but a son. And if a son, then an heir of Yahweh through the Mashiach. Okay, so man, that is heavy when you get to that point. If you're on this side of being an Israelite, if you've been given that promise, man, you're an heir of Yahweh. Okay, through the Mashiach. Howbeit then, we knew not Yahweh. Ye did service unto them which by nature are no gods. All right. But now, after that ye have known Yahweh, or rather known of Yahweh, how turn ye again to weak and beggarly elements, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage? Ye observe days and months and times and years. I am afraid of you, lest I have bestowed upon Salakia, I am afraid of you, lest I have bestowed unto you labor in vain. Beseech, brethren, Salakia, brethren, I beseech you, be as I am as ye are. Ye have not injured me at all. Ye have through affirmity of the flesh, all right, Salakia, ye know how through affirmity of the flesh I preach the gospel, Salakia, unto you at first. And my temptation, which was in my flesh, ye despised not, nor rejected, but received me as an angel of Yahweh, even as Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Where in then the blessedness ye spake of, for I bear you record that if it had been possible, ye would have plucked your own eyes and have given them to me. And therefore, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? They zealously affect you, but not well. Ye that would exclude you, that ye might affect them. But Salakia, but it is good to be zealous, affected always in good thing, and not only when I am present with you, my little children, whom I have travailed in birth again unto you, unto the Mashiach, be formed in you. I deserve to be present with you now, and to change my voice, for I stand in doubt of you. Tell me that ye desire to be under the law. Do ye not hear the law? For it is written that Abraham have 2 sons. Okay, like we were reading. And the one by the bondmaid and the other by a free woman. Okay, we're sons of the free woman. And that is important to understand. We do not belong with the spittle that we spoke of earlier. All right, being an Israelite removes you from being the spittle. All right, that don't mean the Most High can't cast your ass out the bucket and you can be a 2/3 nigga and get the same judgment as the spittle. But if you want to be under that law, we are the children of the free woman, and your opportunity to do so is through these scriptures, man. Okay, but he was Salakia, but he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he who is of the free woman, okay, but he of the free woman was by promise. Okay, so the promise was given he was promised by the Most High. We were promised to be given the kingdom, and all the promises, all the glory, all the good things in the scripture coming to Israel, we were given that promise, okay, through our forefather Abraham. The rest of the nations are spittle. Lord willing, I've explained that clearly to some extent. Which things are allegory for these are 2 covenants, the one from Mount Sinai, which gendered to bondage, which is Agar. For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, an answer to Jerusalem, which now is Salakia, which now is and is in bondage with her children. But Jerusalem, which is above is free, which is the mother of us all. For it is written, or I should say father, it's the father of us all, okay? For it is written, rejoice, thou barren, thou bearest not, break forth and cry, thou that travailest not, for the desolate have many more children than she which hath an husband. All right. Now, we brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise. But then, Salakia, but as then he that was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the spirit, even so is it now. Nevertheless, what can I saith in the Nevertheless, what saith the scripture? Cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the free woman. So then, brethren, we are not children of the bondwoman, but of the free. All right. And with that being said, I'm gonna, just continue to kind of stay on this path. But with that being said, Lord willing, I hope that this lesson was edifying. Look forward to pushing out another piece of this. But with that being said, I hope that this video was edifying. All praises, all power, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors unto the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders and teachers of Israel, whether you can accept that or not. And to all the Akim who are out there listening and learning, and pushing this word to the 4 corners and 4 winds, to my fellow laborers and brothers who the speckled bird parable applies to, Shalom and Abad Kabal.